Time now for Table Talk as we welcome in Jon Jastremski and Jon Alba. And fellas, let's pick up where Nikki left off with the box score. JJ, what was the more concerning aspect of this? The early poor shooting or the Knicks getting out-rebounded by 9?
Yeah, it's a very good question. The correct answer is truly both, because it was a major factor in what you saw against the Miami Heat. But I'll say, John, it was the three-point shooting, because you saw the Knicks now in 2 of the last 3 games get off to sluggish starts. You saw that on Friday night against the San Antonio Spurs, and Miami is a tough team. You know they're going to get second and third opportunities. That means you got to be hitting outside shots. The Knicks were not hitting outside shots. It felt like until you hit the fourth quarter, when the Knicks were in scramble mode, they were in panic mode. We know how resilient a team this is. We know how much they fight. They fight like crazy, but you can't keep digging yourself these holes. So to me, it's the three-point shooting.
While I agree with that, you just said it. I mean, they are able to come back because they are resilient. And when you get performances like what we got from DiVincenzo in this one, 31 points, he shoots with so much confidence from the wing, and especially come postseason time, that's going to be immeasurably important for the Knicks. On the boards, man, I mean, they got nothing from their bigs in this game. Hartenstein, 4 points. Mitch Robinson, just unimportant. In the playoffs, you are going to get out-muscled, and I know in a little bit here we're going to talk about that, but I don't know if Thibs saying he got fouled. He might get fined for calling out the referees on that one.
He definitely will. 30, lowest rebounding total for the Knicks this season. All right, so it wasn't that long ago that Knick Nation was thinking about catching Milwaukee for the second spot. Now we're talking about a team that's trying to avoid the play-in round. So, John, 7 games left in the regular season. What's your realistic landing spot for the Knicks in the East?
This is a team that very well could end up in the play-in. Let's be real here. Just 2 games ahead of that 7 spot. And we know that the Eastern Conference is here, aside from the Celtics, who are having a historically good season. There's a lot of parity where from 2 all the way through probably around 8, all of these teams could conceivably beat one another. The Magic have one of the rising stars in the game in Paolo Banchero. The Pacers can drop a ton of points on any given night. The Cavs are really deep when they're healthy. I could very easily, JJ, see this team, especially if you see outings like this from the bigs, falling into the play-in tournament.
So I don't think they're going to fall as far as the plan. Now, that said, they have no chance of catching Milwaukee. You can forget about the 2. I think the 3 is going to be difficult with the injuries to Anunoby, with the injuries to Julius Randle, with no word on when they are returning. I'm going to say the Knicks probably end up in that 4-5 range. Now, that 4-5 range is tricky because you have no idea at this particular point in time who you're playing. Like in years past, you could kind of look at the schedule and kind of dictate things and say, hey, we want to set it up to play so-and-so. You hit on it, the gap and the difference or lack thereof between 3 and the teams in the play-in. That's why you're seeing Coach Thibodeau have this sense of urgency to play a bunch of guys. I think they're a 4-5. That's good.
Just real quick, that's the difference between a home game and an away game, right? Hosting versus being on the road, too. So massively important.
You guys talking about the balance in the East. The big story in the NBA on Tuesday was Joel Embiid's return, as he had 24 in the Sixers win over the Thunder. Sixers are currently 8th in the East. JJ, does Embiid's return vault them past the likes of the Knicks in your Eastern Conference power
If you're going to tell me that Randle and Anunoby are playing in the postseason, no. I have major questions about Embiid and what kind of shape he's going to be in and what kind of factor is he going to be. Remember, Embiid coming back, he's got to be the number 1 for that team. I know they have Maxey. I know he's had a terrific year, got a chance to win Most Improved Player. But we're also talking about a franchise that has done nothing but come up short in the postseason, even in years where Joel Embiid has played more games. So they're more dangerous, yes. I think the Indiana Pacers are probably a team, by the way, for what it's worth, that's going to fall out of those 6 spots, and they're going to end up in the play-in. But, yeah, I don't look at Philly, John, as a better team than the Knicks.
Yeah, I mean, historically underperforming, as you said, still an MVP caliber player, still changes the floor for the Sixers. You never know what you're going to get out of a hungry player like Embiid, and he plays with a lot of fire. So still yet to be seen. Cautiously optimistic that he fades away.